They were said to be buried brand new in wooden crates, preserved in grease and sealed underground in the jungles of Burma. Spitfires, dozens of them, possibly even over 100. A forgotten wartime cache of Britain's most famous fighter aircraft hidden beneath the soil as the Second World War drew to a close. For decades the legend persisted, but was it true? This is the incredible story of the Burma Spitfires, a mystery that sent one man halfway around the world and captured the imagination of aviation enthusiasts, treasure hunters and Second World War historians alike. In the final months of World War II, as Japanese forces retreated across Southeast Asia, the British prepared for victory. Burma, a key Allied staging ground, had become saturated with military equipment, including aircraft. According to stories that began circulating in post-war years, somewhere around 1945, British forces buried dozens of brand new Supermarine Spitfires in Burma to prevent them falling into enemy hands, or simply because there was no room to take them home. Some versions of this tale claimed that the planes were still in their shipping crates. Others said they were covered in tar, preserved for future use. The numbers varied, some said 12, others 60, and a few claimed as many as 140 aircraft. No official records ever confirmed such an operation, but for decades the rumours lingered. Fast forward to the 1990s. Enter David Kundal, a British farmer and amateur aviation archaeologist. After hearing a casual remark from a wartime veteran about buried planes in Burma, Kundal became obsessed. He began digging, not just in the ground, but into historical records, eyewitness testimony, and satellite images. Over the next 2 decades, Kundal poured more than £200,000 of his own money into the search, making dozens of trips to Myanmar. He was utterly convinced the Spitfires were there, and in 2012, the world listened. Kundal's efforts gained international backing. He secured support from the Myanmar government and even partnered with a video game company that helped to fund the project. Ground-penetrating radar was brought in and a team was assembled. All eyes were on a former RAF base at Mingaladon, now Yangon International Airport. Radar scans seemed to show mysterious shapes beneath the earth, boxes perhaps, metallic anomalies. The pieces seemed to fit, and then excavation began. But there was a problem. Despite weeks of digging, no Spitfires were found, no crates, no aircraft parts, nothing. The excavation then hit waterlogged ground, then clay, then silent. With each shovelful of mud, the legend began to unravel. Historians weighed in. They pointed to official war records showing no large shipments of Spitfires to Burma in late 1945. The RAF, they said, had no reason to bury valuable aircraft, especially brand new ones. Surplus aircraft were typically dismantled, stripped for parts, or simply abandoned above ground. Moreover, transporting crated Spitfires required considerable resources, trucks, cranes, skilled personnel. No such logistics ever appeared in the archives. Now, was the legend based on a misunderstanding? Had older aircraft been buried, if anything at all? Or was it just a myth, another wartime rumour, repeated until it sounded like fact? Kundal remained convinced. He believed the dig had simply targeted the wrong spot. Others suggested that radar signals had been misread, or that the aircraft had been already removed in secret during the Cold War era. But without physical evidence, the dream of a buried Spitfire faded. The excavation was quickly ended, the sponsors pulled out, yet the story refused to die. Because legends like these aren't just about hardware, they're about history, national pride, and about the lure of treasure lost in time. So were there Spitfires buried in Burma? No proof has ever been found, no credible documentation, no aircraft, no crates. The most likely explanation is that the story is a mixture of faulty memory and post-war myth-making. A case of treasure fever fueled by one of the most beloved fighter aircrafts in history. But perhaps that's fitting. The Spitfire was more than just an aircraft, it was a symbol, and like all powerful symbols, it left behind stories, some true, others imagined. Whether fact or fiction, the tale of the Burma Spitfires endures as one of the greatest aviation mysteries of the 20th century, because sometimes the most captivating part of history is what we might want to believe is still buried, waiting to be found. Thanks for watching. Please support the channel by sharing and subscribing, it really does help. And once again, thanks for watching.